It's deja vu for Paul Miller. He walks on the football field at South St. Paul High School, the same one he played on in the fall of 1967 for the Packers. It has not changed. He makes his way through the tunnel, a tradition. He's on his way under the road to his own playground, the practice field, where he now serves as a volunteer assistant. Yes, it's come full circle. But a lot has happened to Miller since he played his prep years. He started at Beardsley High School, the smallest in the state that played football.
First job at Beardsley was, I was a young kid, didn't know a thing about coaching, just kind of got thrown in, and it was learn on the job, and I didn't do very well. So fortunate to have understanding principal, and he kind of guided me through the whole experience.
He went to Jordan before Apple Valley.
And we welcome to the show Paul Miller, the head coach of Apple Valley. Paul, thanks for coming by.
Nice to be here.
It was there he carved out a name in the coaches' fraternity. That's what happens when you win state titles in 1986 and 93. You become a part of the elite.
The Apple Valley Eagles are...
You have no idea how difficult it is and how fortunate you are to win a state championship. And it's, but it's kind of a validation, of kind of your beliefs, and you're in it. But it's really about the kids, and to do something like that. It's a culmination of a lot of work by so many people and having great, dedicated kids.
He wanted to find out how far he could go, so he went to the college level. Miller was the head coach at St. Olaf, Hamlin, and Minnesota Crookston, scratching his football itch.
College football is a lot of fun. It's different, but it's at the same time you're taking that group, an older group of guys with different issues and so forth. But again, there's some bonds there at different places. I'm fortunate we're going to go over to practice here, and two of the guys I coached at St. Olaf, Pete Schultz and Manny Sprague, will be over there. And, it's really a neat experience, and guys are kind of making their mark on the world. So pass on air down here.
But what you have to understand about Paul Miller is that it really doesn't matter what level or who you are coaching. It's about his love for the game. It transcends it all.
He loves football, and I mean, you can't say he wakes up loving football and he goes to bed loving football.
It's 24/7, 365. I mean, there's no turnoff valve.
So we'll go pass on air with the perimeter guys.
What he has learned all these years later is that this is not a draining experience. Being with these athletes, it is a place he finds a certain joy.
You really probably get more from the kids than you impart to them. I mean, it's just, you see kids and you're inspired by kids a lot with situations they deal with and hardships sometimes they endure, and their competitiveness and the way they stay at it. So I'm trying to be warm tonight. I got to go up on top. I'm on top.
It's game night. No longer a head coach, he is where he wants to be, calling plays. But more importantly, he is here. And here to Miller is anywhere there is football.
It's not his avocation, it's his passion. And it's his life, and it's a learning process, and it's fun to be with him. I have to do a lot less work because he just loves to coach football.
These are your memories, fellas. Hey, this is what you labored for and worked hard for all summer long, all throughout the last 7 weeks. Hey, now's the time. It's payday.
There is nothing quite like the anticipation of competition. Gathered in a cramped locker room, shoulder to shoulder, one team with one goal. It is the juice that fuels the love for a game, for an experience.
As we talked about, you guys want that play, so that's on you guys now, okay? Again, let's just be physical, 4-yard football plays. We're a 4-yard football team. Come on now, man.
So he makes his way up the bleachers, destined for the press box, almost like a living room for Miller. He's that comfortable in these surroundings. It is here he brings a game plan to life.
Yeah, full right 11. Strong.
Believing that this is where you don't just compete, it is an outdoor classroom. And the lessons learned are vaulted for life.
In today's world, things keep changing, but so much the consistency you have to have. It's hard. It's really hard, and I'm not so sure and sometimes how we challenge kids.
And it is here where it comes together for him.
Z's got to get way out. X, stretch it on the backside.
Oh, good cut. Good He's in. 2-1 puck.
He was recently inducted into the State Coaches Hall of Fame. A nice honor to be sure, but not why he does it. No, it's about love of game and all the people that go with that love that have made it such a wonderful football life for Paul Miller.
I've been fortunate. It's my hobby. I think I tell kids you got to find a vocation in life that kind of matches your hobby, matches your vocation. And I see you doing the same kind of thing.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.